Joey once told me that he was basically born and bred to be a goaltender. True or false?
True, absolutely.
Stopped by Daccord twice, what a play!
Now, it wasn't intentional in the sense that you're gonna be a goalie, but how he grew up and just who he was surrounded with in his environment. He was so goalie-centric. Today we're working on getting to our spots and getting our feet set.
I think it was easiest for me to do the goalie stuff because he owned a goalie coaching business. So it was very easy for me. I just started doing the goalie stuff right away. He did my first goalie lessons when I was 5 years old. And that was almost 24 years ago that I was doing goalie lessons.
I don't think it was forced upon him in any means. It's just, well, when in Rome. So he was just surrounded by it.
He didn't press it upon me to where I had no choice. I definitely had a choice, and I think a big part of my growing up was I played out as well. I played goalie, forward, and D until I was almost 14, I think. I still, to this day, love playing forward. I love shooting pucks. I still shoot pucks all the time, even in my goalie gear. And, you know, I wish when I wasn't playing goalie and, you know, it was the other goalie's chance to play, I wish I could go out and play forward. I'm just a big hockey fan. I love playing hockey. I was always going to be a goalie for sure.
What was really helpful is Joey saw me work with all these older pro guys. He trusts me.
Yeah, he's
And,
like,
you know,
I want that.
hey, if he's working with all these guys, guess what? So he figured out, well, I probably know something about goaltending. It's funny, for our relationship, it's always been really easy.
Corey Schneider was my favorite goalie. He came here from the time he was in high school until, you know, he finished playing, and was my dad's first, you know, kind of prodigy of the company and stop at goaltending here. And he was kind of the person that I wanted to idolize my game after and take the same path as him.
What a save! Mercy, what a stop by Joey Daccord!
Goaltending's intimidating. It's intimidating to go out there, and so if you care about pleasing people and looking out for other people, there's a lot of pressure in there, and to be able to go on that ice in front of all those people with the potential of letting people down and letting your teammates and friends down. I think being a goaltender is the greatest opportunity to mature and grow, and a lot of parents say, I'd never let my kids be goalies. But it's so counterintuitive because on one side, as parents, all we want to do is protect our kids. But we do know that it's the hard times and the struggles that are going to make them the people that they are. So having a son or a daughter be a goaltender puts them in a situation where they're going to have to go through a lot, and they're going to have to learn resiliency, and they're going to have to learn how to deal with pressure and how to deal with comments and how to deal with a lot of things. When Joey was growing up, we had little things. So every time he had a little setback, he'd look at me and he'd look at his hand and go, more calluses. And the more calluses, the stronger the hand was going to be. So we're going to start you in the butterfly. Yeah. Tuck one in there, clean. Don't rush, clean, then go.
I think my dad's done a really good job of finding that balance, especially when you're younger. It was more coach at the rink and that's whatever sports I was playing, and then he was good about being dad at home. As I've gotten older and I've had other, you know, high-level goalie coaches in all my professional and college teams, he's kind of taken a little bit more of a back seat in that role and become more dad.
The funnest parts of teaching him and being a coach was actually not on the ice. It was in the car. I specifically remember driving to tournaments and games, and he'd sit there with a whiteboard and we'd draw drills and we'd go over like team theory type of stuff. It was so neat.
Kicked out twice by Daccord. He's got it. Outstanding game thus far.
A lot of people ask me why Joey. Out of all the kids, why did Joey make it? One of the reasons I think he was able to make it to the point he's made it to was his ability to adapt. It was that time talking about the game and thinking about the position, and then after the game, talking it through. Being able to process what just happened, what did you learn, what do you need to get better at, and we were constantly talking about how to improve in that growth mindset.
Shot stopped, frozen, Joey Daccord once again.
My dad always texts me before every game with like a funny picture or, you know, like a little something kind of like inside joke, sometimes it's motivational, whatever, something random, and always says, "Let's go Kraken," for every game. On the way to my first game for USA, he sent me a picture of Corey Schneider playing for Team USA, who was my favorite goalie growing up. He said, "Let's go USA," and I was like, instant tears on the bus. Most people will tell you they just want to make their parents proud, their dad proud, especially having a dad who's a goalie coach. Like, I just remember all I wanted to do was make him proud and show him that I was good enough. And to now be playing in the NHL, he thinks it's the coolest thing ever. And I just think it's the coolest thing in the world that he's been my goalie coach, you know, on the ice for over 23 years now. We still get to do it in the summers. And I mean, just this morning on his birthday, we were out skating together. And I mean, if you asked him, he'd probably say the same thing. There's probably nothing we'd rather be doing than preparing for an NHL season together.